Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the fifth day of our divine journey. What is it that we've been experiencing during these 4 days in a row, working in this journey? Knowing that in order to create new habits, we must persist. We must go against, we must confront our own programs, our own information. And what we are doing in these 23 days is getting some new information in order to create a bigger comfort zone. The comfort zone, as is defined, is the space that is comfortable for us because we know this. Even though it's uncomfortable, as is something that I know is comfortable for me. See, it's kind of a contradiction because in my mind I want to explore new realms in my world, in my work, with my family. But for I don't know reason, I cannot make it easily. Instead of getting new experiences or new results, what I get is the same results. The same thing happens. So I remember that more than 20 years ago, Dr. Lipton created a program based on why is this happening to me again? And at that time of my life, it helped me a lot to understand that all that I was doing was creating my life based on the information that I received from the world. I wasn't processing my own information. I wasn't processing my own skills. Why? Because the world that I was born in took me. And the only thing that I remember that I had at that moment was the desire or being something different, because the results that I was experiencing in my life at that moment of my life didn't make any good for anybody. So today I'm going to invite you to explore new spaces where trusting divine could be possible. In my case, I wasn't able to trust divine because I was born in a city completely traditional, where religion was telling me about the kind of God that was checking on me every day. So to me, it scares me the idea of someone is watching me every day. Someone is seeing everything that I do. Of course, I was a little boy when I started asking questions about this. How can it be possible that this God can see everything everywhere at the same time? If I'm doing something here, something bad here, and somebody else is doing in the other side of the world, and he has the capacity to do this, oh my God. It was, it was incomprehensible to me at that moment. So I grew up with that ideas. I didn't explore divinity until I discovered shamanism at my age of 28. So what easy that I had to do in the beginning is like everything else, create the space in order to pull new information. I brought something today that I want to show you as an example that how it works and what is it that we are going to do today. I want you to imagine that this big vessel is the universal consciousness. It's holding, let's say, everything. In this universal consciousness, we have something that we call the consciousness of the world. This is the collective consciousness that is in our planet. And every single piece of this are programs. Have you noticed that doesn't matter the color of your skin, doesn't matter the language that you speak, doesn't matter the religious belief that you have, every single human being has something in common: suffering. Everywhere. I have a friend in Norway, and she works with helping people in some ways of therapies. And she was telling me some cases in order to put things in perspective for her job. And I realized that it doesn't matter where we are, the situation is the same. Different language, different form in the cities, different weather, but at the end, same programs. Suffering programs, sickness, poverty, desperation, loneliness, abandonment. All of those things are here in the consciousness and the world. And how it works. Here comes. This is me when I came to this world. The glass is not empty. I am not empty. I am full of space. I'm ready to explore the world. So what is it that works? The world begins making the contribution and putting programs in my life, in my consciousness. Little by little, I'm creating this. I'm putting the programs of the world in my life, in my consciousness. So at the end, what is it that I have? I am living the world as it is. Have you noticed that when you were born, everything was ready for you here? You didn't have to create the world in order to come here. The world was here. Your family even have a name for you, a last name. They were making plans about you. They were defining your life. And they give you a name. They didn't even ask you if you want to be named like that. So the world doesn't recognize how unique we are, because the world cannot support our divine consciousness, has not the capacity. The world has only the capacity of sustaining the consciousness of the world, the material things. It's our own job to contact with that divine side. How? Recognizing that based on my results and in my desires that I haven't fulfilled, is because I don't have the space for new things. As I don't have the space for new things, everything new that I bring will fall. Here comes the desire of being happy. It has no space. It has no space. Or if I put some desires of being happy, it has to confront all of this of unhappiness, all the reasons. So that's when we want to change the world outside. Because I'm comfortable with me here in my own space, is that I want things to change out. So in this moment of life, if we don't change, if we don't transform our old programs, or what we call belief system, we won't be able to explore new things, new information. We won't be able to explore the benefits. That's why I'm starting this program from the very beginning of trusting Spirit. Think about this. When you trust something, when you trust someone, you just know that you won't fail. That's why the huge problems that we experience when someone betrays our trust. So it's not about someone outside. It's not about someone you trust. It's about trusting the Spirit. Knowing that in some point, something, yes, is watching you, but is for your own good. And it comes from your heart, not from above. It comes from here. And it's good, and is healthy, and doesn't ask for anything. Just pay attention to it. And that is the benefit. Whatever thing you see in the world that you don't like, transform it here. Because the world is not other thing more than a mirror, where we all reflect our inner spaces. So let's clarify the space. Let's make room for new things. I'm going to invite you to a journey. And as we work previously with numbers, the number that is helping in this process of clarifying is 97. I want you to imagine that you are holding a 9 in your left hand and a 7 in the right hand. 9 is the number of conclusions. It's like you are saying this is the end. And a 7 is the number of what you know, or what is it in your human consciousness. And knowing that I need a space, I'm going to work with those numbers. So I invite you to take a deep breath. Knowing that you are creating a space in order to trust divine Trust Spirit. Sarguria Sarguria Hogmanaya. My heart is beating. I can feel that presence. I feel my energy flowing. My body is a temple. That holds spirit. Breathe. Knowing that you are creating a space. Knowing that you are creating a space. Oh, Hargurio, Hargurio, Sosorba Maya. Knowing that you are creating a space. What is a spirit? A spirit is life. It's the power that makes everything grow, move, transform. Spirit is the eternal energy that resides in your heart, fourth chakra, center of your chest. Breathe. Put your attention in your heart. Creating a space. That's what you are doing. That's what we are doing. Once again, you're gonna breathe 7 times. Creating a space. Let's go. Sarguria Mashmarnaya Sormoya Neyama Orgoya Lama. The space has been created. Feel your presence. Feel your varga guia mai nei o vai. Aho. Opening my eyes, I recognize the peace in my heart, the space in my life. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.